All right, guys, welcome back. This is the second episode. My guest here is Jorge Abreu. Abreu. Okay, full Cuban. This guy right here, man, $125 million man. He's got $125 million of assets under management, over 1,700 doors, right?
Right about 1528. It's going to be. We're closing on 196 units on Monday.
This guy's active, man. He's everywhere. He's in Texas. What other markets are you in right now?
Texas and Oklahoma.
But he's taking, and then Houston for sure. How much you got?
Yeah, we got a good amount. Houston is massive, but we got a little chunk of it.
Yeah.
5 properties, 1,275 units.
That's awesome. So first, man, Jorge, tell us a little bit about your background. What kind of led you into real estate investing, and just how you started out.
Sure, man. So I was in college, going to Florida International University. Okay. I'm originally from South Florida. And studying,
a lot of Cubans down there.
Yes, a lot of Cubans down there. Yes. Studying to be an electrical engineer. Yeah. And I did get my degree in electrical engineering, but my last year, I kind of knew I didn't want to be doing engineering, being in a cubicle and all that kind of stuff. So I started exploring where people that are wealthy, how did they get there? What are they doing? And it kept leading me back to real estate. So I got my real estate license. I got my mortgage broker license. Not that you need any of that to invest, but I was just getting familiar with the industry. And then graduated, got a job at UPS in the engineering department, but was doing real estate on the side. Started doing a couple more investments. I got a couple wholesale deals. We started doing fix and flips.
So you started out doing some single family?
Yeah, I started with single family. This was over 12 years ago.
Okay. Very nice.
We did a couple deals, turned in my resignation, and started doing full time. Yeah. So that was a nice day.
That's awesome, man, and that's awesome. And then you were a full-time real estate investor from there on. What year was that, would you say? How long did it take you to make that transition? Because you were in that corporate America UPS space. And then you transitioned out. Was it maybe like 1 year there, and then you were doing your side business?
It was about a year and a half.
Okay.
It happened pretty quick. Like once we started getting some deals. Yeah. The learning of it took a little bit longer.
For sure.
But once we took action,
That's awesome. And then after doing some of those wholesale deals and fix and flips, when did you finally get into multifamily?
So multifamily. I'll take you still a little further back. So we started doing a lot of fix and flips, and still doing wholesales, single family, fix and flips, single family. Then the market crashed. Okay. South Florida got hit really, really bad. Yeah. So we looked into different markets, and that's how we ended up in Dallas. Dallas was pretty stable compared to the rest. And when we got here, we started doing a little bit more, some holds, some smaller multifamily. And still doing our fix and flips and wholesaling, and then that's when I decided to open the construction company to kind of scale the fix and flips. Yeah. And then about 3 years ago, my construction company started taking kind of a turn into more commercial and multifamily. And then I started talking to some of our multifamily clients, and they were telling me what they were doing and how they were syndicating these massive deals. Yeah. Which before that I thought was, it was impossible to do that once,
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't imagine closing on a 400 unit apartment or whatnot. Yeah. So that really opened my eyes. And then, before then, my business was really transactional and from one deal to the next. So I liked the concept of the cash flow and building a legacy.
Right. And scaling.
Yeah.
Scaling.
Yeah, scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had scaled as much as I could at that point. We were doing 40 to 50 flips a year. Okay. It was going to be tough to take that to the next level.
For sure.
So I started looking into multifamily, getting the knowledge, the training, the education. Once I felt comfortable with that, I just went all in. Yeah. I stopped the single family altogether. Yep. Cold turkey. And went all in on multifamily with our construction company and as well as our investments.
That's awesome. And talk a little bit about how that construction background and contracting helped you scale, and also kind of maybe gives you a little bit of an edge compared to other investors.
Yeah, so one thing I noticed, doing the construction for other investors was that a lot of these investors, a lot of them were IT, engineering, maybe had done single family first as well, but not on the construction end so much. And they kind of lacked that knowledge. So when I noticed that, I mean, that to me, that gave me an angle. Like, hey, I can come in, partner with you, and take care of your due diligence, your capex. You know, you don't have to worry about that. It's going to get done. It's going to get done right. And that really helped kind of get me started.
Yeah, you provided value right there. They're more, I feel like a lot of those engineers and IT guys that kind of get into this real estate game, they're very analytical, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so you kind of came in. That's a great opportunity for you, and you took advantage for sure. Now let's talk a little bit about, dude, this guy took over a massive 1,200 unit portfolio over in Houston, guys. These deals are not easy to take down, and he took it down along with some other partners. But talk a little bit about, for sure, it's a team game. Talk a little bit about how that deal got brought over to you, or how you found out about the deal, and just kind of the process from point A to Z on how you took it down.
Yeah, I mean, same thing I was saying, like, you know, when I was doing the single family, there's no way I could think I could close on a 200 unit apartment.
Well, 1,200.
Right, so we had closed on some 200 plus unit ones, and same thing. There was I wasn't even thinking that I can close on a portfolio of 1,200 plus units, but a lot of networking. You know, this past year and last year, I've been doing a lot of networking.
Yeah.
And came across a partner that's what they specialize in. You know, they specialize in portfolios. They have over 8,000 units. So at that point, it was, okay, well, what value can I add to this partner? And as soon as we felt good with the synergy that was there, we started looking for them.
Back to the Houston portfolio. I know there was a lot of due diligence, or some due diligence that was obviously done.
A lot.
And there's going to be a good amount of value add that you're going to be putting into that, right?
Correct.
Talk a little bit about the value that you're going to be providing and adding into that, maybe some of the rent bumps that are going to result from those value adds, and what you foresee in terms of the play, 5-year play, 10-year hold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting the way this one's put together. And so one, property management alone was a play.
Okay.
It was poorly managed. So we've got our co-GP on it is also owns a property management company internally.
Very nice.
And this is what they do. You know, they come in, they take over portfolios. So I've been very impressed. I was impressed before we even closed on this because I saw some of their other ones, and that's been getting cleaned up.
Yeah.
Then on the other hand, the interior units. There was barely any upgrades done, so we're going in and we're going to upgrade those units. The rents are way below market value.
Okay.
On our projections, I think we average like $50, but in reality, we're probably going to get closer to like 100.
In bumps.
In bumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, we like going on the safe projections.
Right. Very conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do some cosmetic exterior stuff and just really make the properties pop.
And that's going to be on your side, right? You're going to be handling some of the
Absolutely. Our construction company is handling the full CapEx part of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the partnership.
Right.
That it gets done and it gets done right.
Yeah.
And we got a lot going on already. I mean, we're
awesome.
A couple weeks into it and half the roofs are done on all 5 properties. We got...
Oh, wow.
The exteriors are starting. We just ordered the first bulk of materials for the interiors.
Okay.
And
so is this going to be more of like maybe a 24-month type play where it's going to take you guys to finish all those upgrades, or do you foresee it sooner?
Yeah, no, it's sooner, man. We move quick. So, you know,
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Time is money on this stuff.
Yeah.
The sooner we implement our business plan, the
Yep.
sooner the higher the returns for our investors, which is number one.
Yep.
And so our goal is within 6 months to have the bulk of it done.
Yeah.
Obviously, on the interior units, on some of it we have to wait for the turns to happen.
Right.
We do some. We sometimes offer the existing tenants if we can come in and do some of the upgrade while they're still in there.
Right.
But yeah, that would probably take a year or so.
Wow, that's amazing. On 1,200 doors, $100 bumps, and that's a conservative number, guys. I mean, that could even be more. The value is going to skyrocket.
Oh, it's. I mean, when you're scaling that big, I mean, any expenses, you cut down the expenses a little bit. Your NOI jumps.
Management too, cleaning that up.
Yep.
That's insane. I want to talk a little bit about, so that's the Houston market that you're in. You talked a little bit about how you have a presence in Texas and OKC. What do you look for whenever you kind of do your due diligence in a market? Are there certain drivers that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty common. I like to see, so we've gone into some smaller markets as well.
Yep.
I like to see at least 100,000 population.
Okay.
I like to see population growth. What that percentage is. It depends.
Right.
More than anything, okay, well, what's driving that population growth? Is it just one industry? Is it several different industries? Then you got household income and those sort of things. So we take our time on when we pick a city and we analyze all the data, and if it checks all the boxes, then we start going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So where we are kind of right now within the market, we're seeing interest rates drop and so many people being active, submitting LOIs. What would you say to, maybe it's an active investor or even like a new beginner who's never invested before, what kind of advice would you give them to where we are right now in the market? What would you say to them?
So I know a lot of people looking on the outside, and they see that we've, by the end of this year, we're going to have 1,800 units and it might look like we're just picking up whatever.
Right.
But there's a lot of work in the background. So especially where we are in the market, you've got to do your homework. You got to work for it. Like you can't just go and get something that's listed on the market right now and think you're going to get a good deal. Like your money's made in real estate. Your money is made on the buy.
Yeah.
It always is. That's not going to change. Yes, on multifamily you can increase your NOI, increase the value in that sense, but still you gotta come in at a low basis. So we do a lot of things to find those off-market deals, and it just takes more work to do it.
Absolutely.
Whether it's cold calling, mailing, whatever we gotta do, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. That's a great answer. You're absolutely right. I mean, you see people are gonna look at you and they're saying, man, these guys taking down deals like crazy, and they think it's so easy. It's not. There's so much work that goes into it, guys. I mean, probably this is the most you've probably taken down within a year, obviously ever, right? I mean, if you look at here from when you started, from finishing your fix and flips, when was that, like 2010 maybe, 2011-ish, to now, the 7-year span, you never took over 1,700 units or 1,500 units. It's a trajectory, guys, and you got to be willing to put in the work. Jorge's put in the work. So another question, just to kind of follow up on that, you've seen ups and downs. You've been in down cycles and up cycles. What would you say are the biggest challenges in your career, just whether it's in multifamily or single family? What are the biggest challenges that you've ran into that you see investors running into as well?
When the cycle turns?
When the cycle turns.
The biggest challenge is making sure, going back to what we just said, make sure you're buying right.
Yep.
Make sure you're aware that that's coming eventually. The market's not just going to keep going up.
Absolutely.
Right now we're in a tricky spot.
We're in an interesting spot.
Yeah. But eventually it is going to get softer. So you need to make sure you're buying right. You need to make sure whatever your business plan is covers for that softening of the market.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you don't do that, there are people that are going to get in trouble right now, for sure.
Absolutely. And I think the bigger you scale, like you've done a great job of it. The more you can withstand that storm that kind of comes over, compared to somebody that's in a duplex or a triplex, and that's all they're kind of relying on. That's why you scale like this, guys. This guy's playing the game the absolute right way.
Another thing I'd like to mention on that before we go past that is what's going to happen when that cycle turns is you're going to see who really knows how to run their properties,
Absolutely.
who concentrates,
who the real players are, who knows their stuff for sure.
Yeah, because right now people have been riding that market up, and it can look like they've been doing an amazing job, and really maybe they weren't doing a good job managing that asset.
Yep.
But the market helped them.
Yeah.
So
and it's going to show. It's going to show. You're absolutely right. Kind of transitioning off of that now, I kind of wanted to talk about, I saw you posted a couple things on your Facebook. I've been stalking you, man. No, but one of the things I wanted to post, and we're going to show it up here on the screen as well, is you posted a picture about looking for a fixer-upper over, I think, on Lakewood Elementary.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and what you're planning on there.
Okay, so that's... I knew it was going to be random because if you look at my feeds, it's all multifamily. It's like, what is he doing looking for a single family?
Right, exactly.
So, that's personal house.
Okay.
Our daughter goes to Lakewood Elementary, so we've got to be in that area. We got a ton of equity in our current home, so kind of just, I don't know if you follow Grant Cardone.
I do love Grant Cardone.
The debt equity and all that. So about a year ago, I debated selling the house altogether and going to rent.
Yeah.
But I realized what I did at my current house, buying something as a fixer-upper and putting all that equity in it, it's not so bad if you're doing it
right.
Strategically.
Strategically, yes.
And you're not just buying at the top of the market, paying retail.
Yeah.
So my plan is to take out the equity I've got in there, go and do it again.
Okay, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And you also posted. We're going to talk about a few posts that Jorge posted here this week. Another post that really caught my eye. It was a great post. You talked about real estate investing versus stocks. Talk a little bit about why you think real estate investing is an advantage over maybe stocks or gold or any other type of investment out there.
I mean, for starters, the tax benefits.
Yeah.
I'm not an accountant, I'm not a CPA, so I'm not going to go into details on it.
Yep.
But if you sit down with a CPA that knows real estate and knows cost seg and all that kind of stuff, the tax benefits alone
makes it worth it, man.
Yes,
it really does.
So, this year I'm going to be able to depreciate so much.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to write off so much. And not only that, when you have these assets, guys, you cash flow them, they appreciate over time.
Right,
I mean, there's so many benefits.
The forced appreciation is obviously, that's something you can't do with single family. What drives the value in single family are your comparables.
Right.
With multifamily, yes, you want to pay attention to your comparables, but at the same time, if you increase your NOI, you increase your value.
Yeah, I'd say you have probably a little bit more control.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Transitioning off of that, man, I know you're a family man. You mentioned your daughter. How many daughters do you have, by the way?
So I'm blessed with 3 girls.
3 girls. All girls, right? No
all
boys?
All girls.
Man, look at
Stopped
that.
at 3.
Single man. Stopped at 3. You're obviously leaving behind, an amazing legacy for them. Your beautiful wife, and you're just growing enormously. What do you really want to be remembered for, man, when this is all said and done? And where are you trying to go with this? In terms of your investment career, what's next for Jorge?
Yeah, so obviously I'm trying to build a legacy, trying to build some companies and leave something large behind for my family, for my daughters.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice the family and the time with my daughters.
Yep.
So I'm constantly trying to find that balance. It's not easy. I don't know, for you guys out there that have a family and know what I'm talking about, it's not an easy balance to find.
Yeah.
But I'm aware of it and I work on it. And that's my biggest thing. I want to leave that legacy, but at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice my family for it.
Absolutely.
Which I see, others that have done that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what makes me happy and what I'm doing all this for is my family. So
yeah, I love that answer, and I think whether you're trying to do this just passively, guys, and you have your full-time job, you're just trying to go full in like Jorge, that's the ultimate goal, guys, is leaving a legacy behind where you can have those experiences with your family. And I love that answer. Jorge, man, where can they follow you, bro? Facebook, Instagram, shoot them all out. We're going to post them too.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm on everything right now, pretty much on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
A little bit?
Yeah, I just started.
Okay. Are you on Snapchat, TikTok, or no, not yet?
Okay, not everything. So, not everything. The top three: Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and our website, elevatecig.com. We do have a giveaway. If you get on the site, on the top it says sponsor questions. So if you're going to invest passively, it's questions you must ask your sponsor. And yeah, I mean, I'd love for you guys to follow me. I'm constantly trying to build more content and educate.
You guys are going to see this guy big time, man, in 2020, 2021, years to come, dude. This dude's hungry, he's driven. Jorge, I appreciate you for coming on, my man. It was an honor. All right, guys, thank you. Badass interview we just did with Jorge, man. You know, that guy's story is pretty crazy. He just got appointed on to like counsel for Forbes, for their real estate council. He's on Forbes now. So this guy, man, he's unbelievable. And the way he's surrounded himself with people, man, and just to kind of scale his business is pretty amazing. And it's all happened within a year. Because before this, I don't know how many doors he had, maybe a couple hundred. This whole year, he literally added 1,500 units to his portfolio, man, and now he's at 1,700. That's the thing, like there's so many people who, they get into real estate, and I'd even throw myself into this too, like, you know, you kind of feel like you're getting burned out, not finding deals, and we're gonna turn up here, you know, you're not finding deals, and then you just kind of quit on it, guys. You gotta be in this 4 quarters, you know, all the time, constantly in it, networking, surrounding yourself with people, man, who are actually doing deals, and you're gonna grow, man. Stay tuned, not just real estate. I'm gonna get IT guys on here. I'm gonna get all kinds of entrepreneurs on here. Stay tuned, man. All right, guys, till next time, we'll see ya.